Hi, welcome. So I posted a video yesterday about my endeomyosis, and this is part 2 of that because my daughter decided that she didn't want to go to sleep last night. So, in relation to all that, the second part I wanted to talk to you guys about, or to document in this, is something that I feel isn't really talked about much, and it's called PMDD. It's pretty much like PMS, but like 1,000 times worse. Like, normal people who get their period, like normal people, will be, whenever that time happens, they'll just like, oh, I'm so sad. Somebody with PMDD is like, the world is ending. And I am extremely mad, all because I didn't have a piece of chocolate. Yeah, it's really bad. And sometimes my thoughts aren't even my own. I do have histories of depression and postpartum depression, but the postpartum is really over with because my son is too. So, and we're weaning, so that's also going to cause some, fluctuations in hormones and stuff. So, definitely nursing him longer helped because of a lovely, lovely hormone called oxytocin, which releases happy endorphins in your body, and it's relaxing. But he's 2 and I'm over it. So, well, he'll be 2 next month, so that's close enough. But anyway, PMDD it sucks. And like I said, sometimes my thoughts aren't my own. Sometimes, I'll just be just one minute on Facebook. Sorry if I keep looking away. My computer's slightly distracting. It's I'll just crap. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. And like I said, this is completely unedited, so you get to see it in all of its glory, all of the weirdness. So, but okay, I remember now. Like I was saying, my thoughts aren't my own. Some days I'll want to do nothing but sit on the couch and look outside and be like, man, what is it like to jump off a balcony? Not that I would do anything like that, but it's just your thoughts aren't your own. And the best psychiatrist I've ever seen, okay? Don't anything I say in here is not, it's my own experience, not yours. You may be different. Your medical needs may be different than mine. So I am not a doctor. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, okay? So the best psychiatrist I've ever seen told me this. If you're having problems with depression, if you do not have, and I repeat, if you do not have that voice in your head that tells you whatever thoughts that you're having aren't good, or aren't that they should not be happening, then you have a problem. So any time that I think that, I know my brain I know it's my hormones talking, and I know I can tell it, simmer down now, and, get through it. And there's been times where my depression was really bad. Like, I was one day away from telling my husband, take me to the hospital. And the bad thing is, like I said before, I can't really take medicine. It's just, I was on Zoloft. Zoloft worked great up until I got off of it. It made my social anxiety 1,000 times worse. Then they put me on Prozac or Paxil. Made me suicidal. Like, I wanted to legitimately take my car and ram it to like the closest telephone pole I saw. Got off that quick. And then they put me on, what is it? Cymbalta. That worked great, but a lot of these depression medicines you can't lose weight on. And if you're a plus size person like I am, you don't, you want to lose some, I don't want to be skinny. I've been skinny before and I just like my cheeks sink in, and granted I have cheekbones for days when I'm skinny. I don't like that look, and I don't like the fact that whenever I'm skinny, I'm the perfect hourglass, so to speak, and it's just my hips, probably after having kids, I don't want my hips to be even bigger. I know that's the new trend with everybody. That's just your preference, not mine. Sorry, I don't define myself as beautiful by having large, gigantic hips, I guess. So, it made it impossible to lose weight. I've tried dieting. I've tried exercising when I could. My gallbladder would act up whenever I tried to lose anything at that time. So I got off of Cymbalta and that was hell. The brain zaps that you get from them, it's like, it almost feels like your brain is like jumping out of your skull and then twinging and then going back in. Like, it is the worst feeling I've ever felt. Like, I almost had to take my capsules apart and slowly pull out the mini little beads in there, just so I can get off of it. My psychiatrist is like, I don't understand why you can't just get off this. I'm like, I don't, I'm very sensitive to things. Like, I can tell when something is wrong in my body. Like, right now my cheeks are red, and I know that I'm red because my kids were driving me crazy today, so my blood pressure has been up. I know, I can tell those minute changes. Like, since I've had my kids, I've become very in tune with my body, which is a great thing, but anyway, it's like a curse. Like, I don't always want to know when, something bad's gonna happen, but what can you do? So right now, they also prescribed me something else for depression. I haven't taken it because I have no plan to. I also started a new diet technically yesterday. This is usually when people put those cutaways of people but no. The thing about this that sucks, and any woman who craves chocolate the way I do, like, whenever I go to the store, and I used to buy Magnum chocolate bars, my husband would look at them like, I want one, and I would look at him like, you do that and I will break your fingers. Well, he works, I stay at home. Most people would argue saying, oh, well, he works, he pay, whatever. You don't have my 2-year-old. So, anyway, he would grab one. He was like, this is like sex on a stick. Like, this is amazing. Like, yeah, I know. Well, guess what? I can't have them anymore. Yeah. A lot of this diet is anti-inflammatory. I did not consult my doctor before doing this. I'm going to once she calls me back, but I'm not really doing anything that is very drastic. I'm not diabetic. I drink crap tons of water. This is actually a small bottle compared to what I normally use. If you go to Walmart and you go to like their juice section, we get WIC. So I usually use the apple juice bottle and refill that 1,000 times, which is over I think it's 16 ounces, and I drink, or no, it's more than that. It's a lot, but I drink 2 of those, like, obscene amount of water. But in this diet, it consists of whole grains. So, not necessarily, you could do gluten-free if that's your thing. Whole grains, no sugar. Like, you can have like sugar, but not like typical sugar, not like the white sugar or brown sugars or any type of those that you would usually use, like honey, coconut sugars, stevia, like the natural sugars are okay. I'm sticking to honey, and then I have coconut sugar because I've had it. My husband picked it up and was like, "Hey, let's try this," and I don't like it. Doesn't melt with things, so it's also crap ton of fruits and vegetables, like all day. Like, if you're a bigger person like me, I'm working on not eating as much too because my son's not really we're nursing once a day, and that's just in the morning just to get that edge off. I really have no need to eat extra to sustain another life, so to speak. So, I'm trying to dial back my portions to pre-baby, which I'm already hypoglycemic, which I know is like a usually people who have it end up diabetic. Well, I might be the only one that's not. The only reason why I ended up with hypoglycemia is because when I was on Adderall a long time ago, when I was the only time that I was skinny, it made me not eat. And it also caused an extra heartbeat too. I don't, like I said, I'm not a doctor. I never, you know, don't quote me on these side effects. Side effects are different for everybody with any different kind of medication. So, I have been taking fish oil because I have high cholesterol, which this diet will help with. Um, and I take a multi every day. And whenever my period comes the week of, I take a prenatal instead because they typically have higher iron in them and they make me less fatigued, which I'm already fatigued as it is. And I saw one blog of this on YouTube, and her experience with endometriosis is similar to mine, except for I don't have endometriosis. I'm just tired all the time. Like, every day my husband calls from work, how are you doing? I'm tired. Like, granted, I am chasing after a very wild 2-year-old. Still, I'm exhausted. So, I hate whenever I forget where I was going with things, all because I heard my daughter cough. I'm very random, sorry. But, some more about the diet. No processed foods. So, if you're gonna like go out to eat, best thing to do is to do like sushi, salads, and even then be careful because those dressings are not good for you. You'll be cooking a lot. Like, my favorite thing right now is to take sweet potatoes, cut them up, put some pumpkin pie spice on them, and bake them. Oh, so good. I also made an apple crumble. I'm not going to show you because my stove is a mess. So, sorry. I might do some cooking stuff on this channel with this, with the diet and everything, just to give ideas. I'm also cutting out dairy for the most part, except for cheese, because I was dairy free with my son, because he couldn't handle my milk. His stomach would clench, so that was the only thing that I missed. Like, you could take away my milk. I don't care for milk, really. I love almond milk. You could take away, like, butter. Just don't take away my cheese. I need my cheese. I may incorporate some more dairy, like heavy whipping cream and some half and half maybe, just to make my own ice cream. But even then, I may just make a dairy-free sorbet type with avocados, some bananas, a little bit of, what do you call it? Cashew milk. So, the creamy textures and consistency of those will probably give me a whipped texture. So, we'll see. I watch a lot of food cooking. I love to bake. So, that part's going to be challenging whenever I do my cakes for my in-laws. I made a couple cakes for like Easter or something, and they loved it. They dubbed me as the cake maker now. So, plus my kids are color sensitive, so am I, which really, adds to the diet too, because nothing processed. So I can't have anything with red 40 or any red food coloring. It hurts my stomach, it gives me a headache. My daughter, it gives her severe hives, almost EpiPen hives. My son, he just gets like redness, but even then, my daughter didn't fully develop her allergy until she hit about 3. Is when we really noticed it, and he's 2. So, hope to God I don't have him as extreme. But, cut out processed stuff. It's really like trying to eat as clean as possible. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. Don't, if you make these changes, let your doctor know. I'm overweight, so I can do whatever the hell I want to do because I got a lot to kind of work with, so to speak. As long as you're eating enough calories, doing what you should be, you're fine. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. Don't quote me. But it's all supposed to help with any inflammatory disease. So if you have arthritis issues or anything like that, this diet would benefit you, which I have anyway. So, I'm hoping that it will help with my moods too. Typically whenever I eat cleaner, I feel better. But right now I just feel like crap because all I want is some chocolate. Like, those scenes on TV where you see like the person running towards like another person on the beach and it's slow mode. I feel like that right now with chocolate. Like I just the more you can't have something, the more you want something. I've always been a healthy, bigger person. I've always told my doctors that I'm the healthiest fat person you're gonna ever see. Granted, I do eat some sweets, so the stuff really isn't that hard for me. I'm weird. I would crave a salad over cookies, or I would try to figure out a way to incorporate vegetables into my cooking for my kids. We made spinach powder and I put it in Jell-O. So, it really isn't too hard except for chocolate. So, we'll see how we do tomorrow. Hopefully it's not as bad. This is the week before my D-date starts. So, I've been a little bit hormonal and emotional because my family lives out of state. They live in Illinois, we live in Missouri, so being away from them is a little bit hard, and especially lately with more family drama, it's just, the PMDD has been kicking my butt. So, like I said, I'm going to try to do like 3 videos a week, if more or less, just depends on how I'm feeling. If you want to see anything specific as far as the recipes go, let me know. I'll see what I could do to make, like, if you have a recipe that you see and you want to make it more compliant to an anti-inflammatory diet, let me know. I'm pretty good about coming up with ideas, so just let me know in the comments. Have a great night.